Welcome back to the other personnel installment of our bite-sized budgeting series. This is the final part of our other personnel installment where we will cover the justification of other personnel in our budget.
Justifications sometimes confuse people or intimidate them, or they may just not think it's important. In my opinion, this is the most important part of your grant besides the science. Because the point of a grant is asking for money and it's someone else's money, you have to give a really good reason for them to give you that money. In our other personnel section, it's important to include the person's name, if you know it, their role on the project, their responsibilities to the project, their time commitment, sometimes the base salary. Some sponsors don't want that. Make sure you check their guidelines, templates, or examples. Escalation rates, if they apply, especially for multi-year projects or projects that will start in a different fiscal year than you are applying in. If you watched our last installment, I said that some sponsors really want that cost breakdown and some don't because numbers do change with escalation each year. So they want a general basis, but don't want to lock you into specific numbers. Always reference the sponsor guidelines if they have them, as well as any available templates or examples. As I stated in the last video, if you are requesting direct administrative salary, there are federal regulations that state several conditions have to be met, and it can't just be one or two. It does have to be all of the conditions. They must be essential to the project success. It cannot just be routine administrative support because that is considered an indirect cost. The individuals must be clearly and specifically linked to the project activity. Us putting that into the budget templates, that they have their own line item, was important. As we've already done, they have to be included in the budget and justification, or you have to have explicit approval in advance from the agency. If these individuals are receiving direct salary, they cannot recover it twice as an indirect cost on top of the direct cost. Here is my sample one using 1 Mr. John Doe, 2 administrative assistants, 1 graduate assistant, and 4 undergraduate assistants. Here, if I know their name, I have underlined that. If they are to be decided, that is acceptable in our other personnel section. Here, I have underlined their different roles. Here are their time commitments, and here are their responsibilities. This is our vague example where we do not specify the exact amount of money being requested. As a reminder, because I asked for direct administrative salary, this is a sentence or something to this effect that needs to be entered, saying that we recognize this is not normally given as a direct cost, but we are requesting your approval and it is in accordance with the federal regulation. The more specific justification that does include dollar amounts is here, where the only changes I made were including the salary or the wage basis. As alluded to several times, fringe benefits will be covered later, and in fact, they are our next installment. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and hopefully it was helpful.